Good morning, friends. It is so good to be with you this morning. Well, welcome to my home. I'm actually sitting in my favorite spot to relax. And when I relax, sometimes I read. And today I am going to read you this week's Bible story. Well, we have a new pastor, and his name is Pastor Groom, and he selected a wonderful story about God's provision for us. It is from the Old Testament, and it is in a book called Exodus. We'll be reading from chapter 16, and I will be reading today from this wonderful Bible called Growing in God's Love. It is a story Bible written especially for our young people, and that is you. Well, let's get started. Listen for the word of the Lord. Just enough. Have you ever felt really grumpy? Or grumpy and tired? Or grumpy, tired, and hungry all at the same time? If you have, then you know what it was like for the Israelites after they left Egypt. It had been 2 months since the Israelites left Egypt. That's a long time on your own in the desert. They complained to their leaders, Moses and Aaron. We were slaves in Egypt, but at least we had enough food to eat. Now they were so hungry that they thought that they might die of starvation. They know I can hear them when they complain, right? God asked Moses. I'm not sure that they do, said Moses. Okay, I have a plan. It will help them know that I hear their grumbling and complaining, and I will feed them. But I will test how well they follow my instructions, said God. And then God told Moses the plan. And then Moses and Aaron spoke to the Israelites. They said, everyone, listen. Why complain to us? God can hear you and has a plan to feed you. When you have meat at night, God wants you to remember. Remember all the terrible, awful things God saved you from in Egypt. When you have bread to eat in the morning, you will see God's greatness. Please follow God's instructions. Well, that night, quail landed in the Israelites' camp, and now they had meat to eat. In the morning, when the dew lifted, flaky stuff was left on the ground. What is this stuff? The Israelites asked. This is the bread that God has given us, Moses said. And these are your instructions. Every morning, gather just enough of it for your family. Don't save any. You have to trust that there will be more for you tomorrow. The Israelites gathered the flaky stuff and ate it. Some folks didn't follow the directions and tried to save some for later. And it grew worms and got really yucky, awful. Ugh. This made Moses upset. After a few days of more flaky stuff being left, the people knew that they would have more each day. Morning after morning, they were patient and they gathered just enough as instructed. Well, on the 6th day, God had something special in store for the Israelites. That morning, they were instructed to gather enough for 2 days. Why? Well, tomorrow is a day for you to rest. It's called the Sabbath. said Moses. It is a day set aside, especially for God. Gather enough for 2 days and cook it tomorrow. Cook it today. Tomorrow, don't go out to gather anything. Some of the Israelites did try to gather food on the 7th day, but none was there. Now they knew that they were to rest on the 7th day, and God would give them food. Well, I have some questions for you, and you can discuss these with your parents later. I'm wondering, what does it sound like when your stomach growls? What do you like to eat when you are hungry? What do you think the flaky stuff that God gave the Israelites for bread looked like? I wonder, what would you do if there were no grocery stores to buy food? What did Moses and God do? And finally, I wonder, what are some of the things you need that God provides for you and your family? Well, I hope you have a wonderful discussion with your parents, and I will see you soon on Zoom. Take care. God bless.